He smiles in your face. Triple H, she wanna take your place, the backstabber. Backstabber. He smiles in your face. Triple H, she wanna take your place, the backstabber. Backstabber. Holovec, aka the backstabber, cause he'll grab a knife and stab you in the back. And I'm not even joking, this is actually a fact. So text messages got released of Triple H, texting Nick Khan about how Vince McMahon still has a hand in WWE Creative when he was supposed to be completely out of the company. In these text messages, you can literally see Triple H panicking, texting Nick Khan about Vince McMahon still being around. In one text he says, was told by security that VKM is coming to Cleveland TV Monday. What's that about? And then he follows up, is he in NYC yet? When is their meeting? Now Nick Khan's messages were deleted, so we can't see his side of it, unfortunately. But the next day, Triple H doubles down. He says, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of disappointed of that Ari convo. Seems like we're in the same place. I'm gonna tell him to stay out of it or else. That's way different than telling him he's done, it's over, kicking the can down the road. And then this one right here, what do you think about me hitting Shapiro to get his take and let him push, or go directly to Ari? So what you're looking at is Triple H basically pressuring Nick Khan to apply pressure on the higher ups of TKO so Vince McMahon could completely get out of the picture, because he's clearly uncomfortable with Vince being around, and he even says it himself. He says, between you and I feel like they're both backtracking on the he's out narrative. Well, if he wants to show up to a show here and there, if he wants to give a few notes and give a quick 30-minute meeting, that's okay. After reading these text messages, it really got me wondering, how does Ari Emanuel and TKO even look at Triple H right now? Because not only he's talking about them behind their back, for whatever reason, he also never deleted the conversation like Nick Khan did, completely defeating the whole purpose of even being on Signal. The whole point of being on there is for the messages to be encrypted and deleted. And on top of that, this shines a whole new light on the relationship between Triple H and Vince McMahon. I'm sure they had their ups and downs like everybody else in their family, but to do this behind Vince's back is next level of diabolical. Man, I tell you, with friends like this, who needs enemies? I bet Triple H is sitting back with a full stomach because of all the backbiting he's been doing lately. Y'all ever hear, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Bro took it to another level. Bro done bit Vince McMahon's whole arm off. And this is wild, dog. Like, dog, without Vince McMahon, we wouldn't even know who Triple H is. Bro started off in WCW as terrorizing. The gimmick sucked, and his career could have been over right there if Vince McMahon didn't bring him to the WWF and created Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Gave him the opportunity at WrestleMania 12 against one of the biggest stars they ever had, the Ultimate Warrior. Gave him another opportunity after the whole curtain call situation when they broke the fourth wall. Accepted the situation when he found out he was messing with the boss's daughter. And you can only imagine how much stuff Vince probably did for this guy behind the scenes that we'll never even know about. Because let's be real, if he never marries Stephanie McMahon, what are the actual chances he becomes head of head of creative in WWE and gets the position he has now? You got a problem with Vince McMahon? That's cool, that's one thing, but don't smile in somebody's face in person, then turn around and try to pull strings to get him out the picture behind their back. That is wild, man. The way Triple H treated Vince McMahon, you would have thought Vince was a mechanic. Oh, why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? It's obvious, because Triple H threw him under the bus. Look at this guy's face. You could tell he's nothing to trust. Now, the situation with WrestleMania is getting worse and worse and worse by the week. But finally, they actually got some good news, y'all. After what feels like over 100 different discounts, it's now being reported that Night 2 has finally passed 40,000 tickets. And it's like, Okay, congrats, because this time last year, Wrestlemania still has already sold way past 10,000 more tickets than what they have right now. So yeah, they might have hit 40,000, but it's a lot of ground to cover. Man, WWE has tried everything to sell these tickets. 25% off, 50% off, 75% off. Dog, these tickets are like somebody that moved in a house that they don't own and they're taking advantage of squatter rights. God, they ain't moving! And it ain't hard to see why. Now, I will say this, one match that actually turned things around a lot is Stephanie Valkyrie and Liv Morgan. Shout out to both of these women. This easily could be the best match on the card and could actually steal the show. They've been going back and forth, sending each other receipts. You see the aftermath, Liv Morgan out here with black eyes and a knot on her head from Stephanie Valkyrie attack on Raw. This storyline started off as one of the most cringe storylines that we ever seen, and they really turned it around and they actually sold the story the right way. I'm looking forward to this one. This ad is brought to you by the Pirates in the chat. Go to BobbyMonsoon.com. Get your Ruthless Depression ad t-shirt. If you're sick of the BS in professional wrestling, if you're sick of the soulless billionaires taking advantage of the fans, show them you had enough. Go to BobbyMonsoon.com. Get the Ruthless Depression ad t-shirt. Then, now, and never again. Dynamite started off with the Death Riders and the United Empire, man. You know, Will Ospreay been having a lot of trouble with the Death Riders lately. He's been getting jumped. He's been getting beat up by Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, Wheeler Yuta. He had to call up some backup, so he called up the United Empire. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know who any of these guys were. So for them to be at the main event of Dynamite, that was kind of a little bit confusing, but this is what Tony Khan does, man. He takes these stars from New Japan Pro Wrestling, from the Indies, from CMLL, and put the spotlight on them on Dynamite or Collision or pay-per-view, so I can't get mad at it, man. Now, after doing a little research, I looked up that the United Empire has some heavy hitters on their squad, man. They had Jeff Cobb on there before. They had Andrade on the United Empire before, man. So I'm happy that Tony Khan did this so I could kind of do my research on the group. But we got the Death Riders versus United Empire on the main event of Dynamite, and basically a no disqualification match that could be fire. Now after that, you got a message from my OG and the Don Callis family. OG sends a message and has some heartbreaking news, man. Kyle Fletcher will be out of action for a very long time, to the point he has to actually vacate the TNT Championship. My heart's broken, man. Y'all know, dog, I say this all the time. Kyle Fletcher is one of my favorite wrestlers all around the board right now. He's in my top 5 right now. It don't matter what company. I'm not just talking about AEW. Every time I see bro, whether he wins, whether he loses, he's putting on a memorable match, man, and he's definitely going to be missed. The Don Callis family is in disarray, but it's okay. We got a long line of legends that we could trust, man. So Don Callis, he let everybody know that Kyle Fletcher will be sitting on the sideline, so everybody needs to come together. He tells Takeshita, he tells Okada, look, man, we're going to need y'all to come together. They actually have a match against the Young Bucks on Dynasty. I think it'd be fire. He said y'all can get the fade in, but y'all going to get it in at Double or Nothing. We're going to settle it all at Double or Nothing. There's been a lot of beef between Okada and Takeshita. We want to see them run that second match back, and we hope the second one is better than the first one, because they left a lot to be desired on their first match. After that, you had the Don Callis family, Mark Davis, Takeshita, and Andrade go over Darby Allin, Bandito, and Jack Perry in a 3-on-3 match, man. They beat up Darby Allin, man. You know you got the match with Darby Allin versus Andrade on Dynasty, man. Darby Allin, he actually cuts a promo. He lets everybody know, man, I don't know, man. A lot of people ain't believe in me, man. I ain't believing myself. He promises in Dynasty he's going to put everybody on notice. He's going to go over Andrade. He's going to climb to the top of the ladder and finally raise the AEW championship high. He said, man, in order to be the face of this company, you need the gold around his waist. He has a lot of people ahead of him, though, man. You got Andrade. You still got Kyle Fletcher, even though he's injured. You got MJF holding the belt. You got Kenny Omega on the cusp of winning the championship, possibly. I don't think it's gonna happen, but possibly. So the Don Callis family start jumping Darby Allin, man. Then you get the Young Bucks coming out here to save the day, start beating up Takeshita and Okada, and also you get the Rascals coming out. You know, the Rascals coming out, they start helping, they start getting on Okada. Next, you got the return of Queen Aminata versus Willow Nightingale. You know, Bobby Matsula, the BBWs. Willow Nightingale retains the TBS championship. A solid match, man. Willow Nightingale been holding down the TBS championship ever since you won it from Mercedes Moné. You turn around, you got Hikaru Shida looking at Willow Nightingale with that kendo stick. She's wanting another lick back. She's wanting another shot at the TBS championship. We'll see how it goes. I think Willow Nightingale needs to keep the TBS championship. She's been doing a great job, man. She's been on a fantastic run. She had the tag team championships, now the TBS one, and you know, she should be going for that top spot. She should be going for the AEW World Championship before the year's out, but that's just my call, man. She's having great momentum right now. Next, you got Chris Jericho making it official, signing a contract, being officially a part with AEW, saying F the Fed, going to where the best wrestler to finish his career. This is fire, man. Now, what we didn't know is we was going to have an appearance from Ricochet and The Demand. He comes out there talking, popping it to Chris Jericho, letting him know, bro, your time has passed. The Demand is holding down the fort. We don't need Chris Jericho anymore. Chris Jericho didn't like this, so he puts him on the list. And now Dynasty, Tony Khan puts Chris Jericho and Ricochet. I think this is a fire idea. I told y'all, Chris Jericho. We all love to see Chris Jericho back with the best wrestler. You got Ricochet, one of the best in-ring talent that AEW has. And I think people will be livid if Ricochet beats Chris Jericho on his first match back at Dynasty. I think it'll be fire, man. But Ricochet, he might be worried about this, man. He sent me a tweet, man. I said it was fire on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it. Ricochet says, man, don't entertain that BS, Bobby. Man, I actually got Ricochet in this one, man. I got Ricochet. I got faith in bro. I got faith in The Demand being at ringside, just in case it gets a little tricky, in case Chris Jericho wants to pull something up his sleeve, man. We got The Demand on ringside. I got Ricochet in this one at Dynasty. But let me know who y'all got in that match, man. Then you got Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer, winning the spot to be the first man in the gauntlet match for the TNT Championship. Tommaso Ciampa, the Psycho Killer. You know, he's kissing the belt, man. He's missing the belt. You know, he lost it to Kyle Fletcher. He wants to be a two-time TNT champion, and I wouldn't mind him winning the title again, man. Either him or Andrade, but Andrade is kind of going for the world championship, so, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind him or maybe Claudio Castagnoli maybe getting the TNT title, so we'll see how that turns out on Dynasty. Now, you got Adam Copeland and Kristen Cage come out cutting a promo. This probably was my favorite segment of the night, man. These guys getting disrespectful. Kristen Cage said he smashed FTR moms like wild, man. He said Stokely mom was next. And one thing we all know, man, you know, once you bring moms into it, it goes into another level. Kristen Cage, he found that out the hard way, man. FTR come in the ring, they start rumbling Kristen Cage and Edge, man, and they take it to the next level. Even Stokely got him some. He winds up spearing Kristen Cage, man. They put the chair on Kristen Cage arm. Stokely, like my man Sir Smoke-A-Lot said, they call Stokely Stoley because he stole the Rolly off of Kristen Cage's wrist, man. Then they go and try to snap Christian Cage arm in half, man. He's not gonna be 100% come Dynasty, dog. I think FTR is gonna win this. Adam Copeland's gonna be 100%. Christian Cage, he won't, so we might not get the feel good moment at Dynasty. I got FTR retaining the titles. After that, you had the Chaos in Canada match, man. The United Empire versus the Death Riders. This was a fire match, man. A bunch of craziness going on. A bunch of fire spots. Claudio Castagnoli, a straight beast, man. Putting people through tables. A straight monster, man. But it wasn't enough. Will Ospreay winds up winning. The United Empire winds up winning, man. Will Ospreay's about to try to end Jon Moxley's career, but Claudio Castagnoli saves him at the end. So I'm waiting for that match, Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay at Dynasty. After that, you got a promo from Kenny Omega to end the night off. It was cool. It seemed a little long though, man. It was a lot of talking from Kenny Omega, him letting MJF know, bro, Sunday is time. It's time for me to get the AEW championship. I don't see MJF losing, dog. Like at the end of the segment, MJF came out. They was face to face, man. Kenny Omega winds up hitting MJF, knocking him out, taking the ring off him, so MJF can't use it on Sunday, but MJF might have a backup. We'll see. This would be a fire match on Dynasty, man. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. Dynasty is Sunday, so y'all know we're going to be tapped in on that, man. I'm going to be live after the show, and y'all already know how I give it up, man. Yo, where's Swerve Strickland at, bro? I'm getting a little nervous. We haven't seen no type of indication of where Swerve Strickland's been at. Dog, whatever he's cooking up, I think is going to be bad when we see his face again, bro. Kenny Omega, if I was you, I will watch out. Sunday, we might see Swerve Strickland pop up and cost you the title. I don't know. When you're out of sight, you're out of mind, and that smells danger if you're dealing with a killer like Swerve Strickland. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What do you think about Triple H putting the knife in Vincent Kennedy's back? That was a bad draw, man. Also, what you think about the WrestleMania tickets? You know, the WrestleMania tickets, they done everything, all of the discounts. Now they're finally past 40,000. Great job, y'all. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. It's Bobby Masul 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Wow!